Welcome to the 2019-20 Parkside Wrestling Preview that's presented by Hampton Inn & Suites, along with Corey VanGroll, back for his third year at his alma mater. My name is Matt Menzl, and Coach, you go back to last year, what was a 6-5 finish team-wise, finishing fourth at regionals. How do you go about, characterizing, summarizing last winter?
Yeah, it's like every season, a lot of ups and downs, and we were happy about the guys the individuals that did well, and the seniors that we sent off, and those are some of the highlights. But it's a new season this year, and we're really optimistic and full of hope, and really excited moving forward. So that's all I can say about last season.
You look at the roster and about 6 seniors listed, but you look, big roster with a lot of younger guys as well. Did you like the progress you saw some of these younger guys make as the season went along? Yeah,
it's actually really rare this year where I could come in and the new season and seeing some of those younger guys, seeing some of the work they put in over the summer, and actually seeing like, hey, these guys got better. And so that's really fun to see as a coach, and doesn't happen all that often where you can visually see it. So we're really hoping that turns into some results individually and as a team.
How about for you individually now in season number 3, back at your alma mater? You pleased with the progress you're seeing out of this program from year 1 to year 2 now to year 3 as you put your stamp on this program?
Yeah, it's never fast enough. Of course, you want to be 3 steps ahead, but we're moving forward and we're getting better. And so I do like where we're at. I love our team. I think we've got a bunch of really good guys on our team. Good people, good students, and really talented wrestlers. So we'll get them developed up, get them coached up, and hopefully we get some results out of that.
Of course, off the mat, one of the big stories that came out from last year was the unveiling of the Jim Koch Wrestling Center. When you look at that project, how important is it to this program, not only celebrating the history, but then also just when you look at the future of what could be?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot of meaning behind that. I think it shows our current team and our current rosters, like, hey, look how many people came in to support this initiative. It portrays the history of our program in a remarkable way, a really beautiful, practical way. It's awesome in there. The mats feel so like we're not wrestling on hard mats and a hard floor anymore. It's a great place to train. So I think our current team really enjoy it. But then when we bring recruits in there, from a recruiting standpoint, it's really helpful. And then our alumni, they like seeing it, and they like seeing their name on the board. And so yeah, it's big in a number of different ways. And that was a lot of fun doing that project, seeing all the support and resources come in for that project, and now to actually be using it every day is a lot of fun too.
Yeah, how special was that night for you personally, being that you have a history with this program, and now you're in a coaching capacity, and you're honoring a coach who was at the helm for 41 years.
Yeah, Coach Koch was my a father figure for me, a really good friend, somebody I call weekly, talk about life and talk about coaching, because I'm a young coach, getting into it and following his footsteps. And so yeah, it was really special for me to name the room after him and celebrate that with his family. And so sometimes it is pretty surreal having to do something like that.
Bring it back to this season. You look at the roster on paper as it's coming all together. You look at this roster. How is it shaping up? Do you look at it as an experienced bunch? Is it a nice blend of that experience and youth?
Yeah, we have. Like always, our upperclassmen will carry the weight of our program. That's going to be the same this year. Our upperclassmen and the depth of our lineup is in the low weights. So 125 up to 49, we're really deep with some really talented wrestlers, and our older wrestlers are down at those weights too. But then other than that, so that's about half our lineup right there. But other than that, we got a lot of talented young guys in our upper weights too. That those are the unknowns, and really excited to see their development, see what they can do.
Put you on the spot, name-wise, are there a couple athletes that maybe stand out among the rest right now that you really feel could take that next step?
Yeah, I could probably list. We have Eric Furseth. He's a returning All-American. At 133 pounds, and really like what he looks like right now. And so he's a senior upperclassman. He's got to be one of our top guys. Nathan Smith, he's a junior. He's got he's an upperclassman. He's proven that he can win at a high level. Joe Bayal, our 197 pounder, he's proven, and he looks really good right now, and he's upperclassman. Joe Royal, he's our 125 pounder. He's he's got a lot of unfinished business, is super talented, and he's really hungry right now. And we have some others that are there too. So yeah, you put me on the spot, but no, those are some names I think of, some of our upperclassmen, and yeah, we're excited.
I love always asking every coach in sport this question because I think every coach, to some degree, is the same and different. But when you look at newcomers coming in, what expectations do you have for your incoming freshman class newcomers?
Yeah, I really like how our freshmen and newcomers have bought into our program as a whole, and that they are our foundation. Because there's 10 of those guys, and then our young guys are the foundation of our program. So having them just buy in and transition from high school to college is a part in a lot of different areas, not just wrestling. So having them transition and totally buy in is a huge part.
How, from a recruiting standpoint, I'm kind of curious to get your thoughts on this. When you go out to an event or a meet, you see a wrestler. How do you determine, hey, he might be a good fit for our program? I think this guy can have success at the next level.
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. Like you can watch them online and things like that. You can see the talent, and then you can see them on paper. You can see GPAs and things like that.
Sure.
But then like the other intangibles that you can't see behind a desk. That actually I saw this past weekend at a recruiting combine. Like just some of like the attention to detail and some like the toughness and grit that you can't see in a match or like online, things like that. That just their overall body language sometimes is like, I need that guy, and so little things like that are hard to find sitting behind the desk in the office are things I look for. Yeah,
it goes well beyond the wins and losses.
Yeah,
you're looking to see if they can be a good fit. And you look strengths, question marks coming in. I know it's still early, but what are some of your big question marks coming into the season?
Well, we're just trying to get better, really. Like we got 30 guys on the roster. We're just in taking all 30 of those guys forward. So like, and that's a hard thing to do as a coaching staff, is to bring all 30 of those guys forward. But in terms of our lineup, we're gonna have our wrestle off and at a couple different weight class. 57, I think, is going to be a battle. I think 74 and 84 is going to be a battle. So those three weight classes, I don't know I don't know who's going to be there. I think we're going to be good there. Don't know who's going to hold the spot. Maybe it's going to be a mixture. Maybe go back and forth, and hopefully it does. So it's a good competitive room all year. So yeah, those are question marks. But other than that, yeah, I don't. We'll see. We'll see how things go. But we're full of hope.
To wrap it all up, some of those questions will be answered as the season goes along. Let's take a look at the 2019-20 schedule and some of the highlights. And you have the intra-squad duel coming up on Halloween on October the 31st. But then things get started against Whitewater on the 9th of November. And then you have the 48th annual Jim Koch Open that comes your way as well. I mean, some of the early season highlights for Parkside Wrestling.
Yeah. We're really excited to have Whitewater home in our gym right off the bat. I think that's a little unique to our program, where usually we're off to a open tournament, and to have a dual meet right at home first off to kick off the season is going to be a lot of fun, and it's always fun competing at home here. So,
and again, a lot of those questions hopefully will be answered sooner rather than later.
Yep.
Coach VanGroll, as always, thanks a lot for your time. Best of luck this season.
Thank you.